Hello, this is Jamar Brown. I want to welcome you to another edition of the Break It Down Brown Daily Breakdown Show. And today I want to explore the following question with you. Are you happy with your current results? Number one, are you happy with your current results? And I really want to focus on that question from the standpoint of business in terms of sales and our management. Even though it can apply to a number of different things, for the purposes of today's discussion, let's just focus on business in terms of management and sales. And so if you're not happy with your current results, I want to provide a very powerful equation called the success equation that can have a profound and immediate and long-lasting effect in terms of going from not being happy with your current results to actually being happy and fulfilled and to start achieving the success that you absolutely know you can. But there's another approach that I want to take this concept of are you happy with your current results? And that is a statement that my father has shared with me over the years whenever he encounters someone that may not be in a position that they thought they would be. And what he says is sometimes in life, the people that we are is not who we thought we would be, because everyone starts with a idea of success and achievement. And nobody gets into a sales role or gets into a management role and expects to not do well and expects for things to not go well, right? We all want success. We all want to do well. But there are so many things that can happen throughout the course of our careers overall, but also in terms of acute situations and sales or leadership or management, let's say right now at the moment, that can get in the way of our success. And so what I wanted to do was to share with you a concept that once again can have a profound and immediate positive effect on the results that you're going to have in the future. And I call it the success equation. And essentially there's two equations. The first one is this: our past thoughts plus our past behaviors equal our current results. Once again, our past thoughts plus our past behaviors equal our current results. Now, some people may say that we are at the effect and the result of an event in our past, right? Something happened and it has created our situation today. And sometimes there are things that absolutely have a direct correlation, things that are out of our control that affect, our current situation. But more importantly, we know that challenges always come up. We know that the competition is always there. We know that companies go through issues in terms of back orders and things like that. And so some events that happen are unavoidable and they happen to everyone. The difference is our thoughts about those events and then our resulting behaviors. And whatever current result you have right now is based on a past thought that you had and a past behavior. You changed your thought process about something, whether it was positive or negative, and you change your behavior about something, whether it was positive or negative, and that has led to your current result. And once again, it's all things being equal. I'm not talking about catastrophic events in business, but in general, we all go through challenges and difficulties, and so really the difference is how we approach them from a mental standpoint, and then what we do as a result. And there's another concept that I want to throw in there to help you really understand the power of what I'm saying, and that is the fact that you can change your history. What does that mean? That means that while you can't change the specific event in your past, you can change your thought process about the event, which means you can actually change the meaning of the event. You can change how that event will affect your life moving forward. Now, I say moving forward because you can never go backwards. All you can do is look at your thought process about it and change your thought process and then affect what you do about it now and then move forward. But you can't go back. However, you can absolutely change the meaning of the things that happened in your past. Let's talk about this from a sales perspective. I remember early in my career when I was a struggling salesperson. There was a number of reasons for that. My ego got in the way, and it's all written out in my first book, What's Your Sales Story, which you can read if you'd like to. But the point I'm trying to make here is that when I was struggling, my perspective was that it was other people's fault, right? It was the compensation plan. It was the competition. It was the management. It was all of these things. And then a very wise and stern VP of sales of mine came to me one day and literally almost forced me into submission to admit that it was my responsibility and it was my fault. He literally had me say that to him about 3 times over. And he kept telling me, Jamar, whose responsibility is it? And I kept saying, well, the competition is tough. He said, whose responsibility is it? I said, well, the compensation plan doesn't reward my territory and our product is not on all the formularies and all these things I said as I was in pharmaceutical sales. And he kept saying, whose responsibility is it? And the second I said it's my responsibility, then he said, now I can teach you something, but you have to take responsibility first. And so that was one of the first changes in terms of my mindset that allowed me to go from struggling to being salesperson of the year a year later. And it was all a matter of changing my thought process about the events that had happened along my tenure as a salesperson. Instead of looking at what was wrong with my territory, I looked at what I could do, what I could control. Instead of being overly focused on what was out of my control, what the competition was doing, I got more focused on what I can do to better present my products, to better present my company, to better present myself as a salesperson. So my mindset changed, and that created a massive change in terms of my results, which brings me to the second part of the equation, and that is that your current thoughts plus your current behaviors will equal a future result. Whatever you see in your future, whatever goals, aspirations, or anything that you see in your future, the only effect you're going to have in terms of getting there is what? Is by your current thoughts and your current actions. We only have control over what we do right now in this moment. We can't control the past. We can think differently about the past to put a different mindset that will help us today, but we can't control the event in the past, and we can't get to the event in the future without going through what we do now each and every single day. And so the key thing is you want to align your current thoughts and your current behaviors with the future result you're looking for. If you want to increase your sales results and get on that stage, leadership council, president's club, salesperson of the year, if you want to be a successful manager and compete for the top spot each and every year and lead a highly performing team, all you can do is affect your current thoughts today and your current behaviors. And the key thing is to align your thoughts with the thoughts of someone that would achieve those things, or better said, that will achieve those things. Align your behaviors with the activities that need to take place to become someone that eventually achieves sales manager of the year, or salesperson of the year, competes for the top spot each and every single year. And the nugget I threw in there about changing your past based on what you think is a very, very important nugget, because our current thoughts are absolutely based on what has happened in the past. And so if you look at things differently in the past, then that changes your current thought, which leads to your future result, as long as you add in the proper behaviors. And so the last visual I want to give you is this. Imagine that you're looking down a road and you see yourself at the end of that road achieving what you want to achieve. And let's say that road is being on stage as a top performing manager or top performing salesperson, or whatever the vision of success you have for you is. And I want you to see that person. That person is you. They have achieved that goal. They have realized that aspiration. They have done what they wanted to do in terms of the vision of success in their business. And I want you to think about the feeling that you would feel if you actually achieved it. What is the emotion of it? I want you to really internalize it, because that's going to help drive you towards that each and every single day. Now I want you to look at where you are today, and that's called the gap. The gap is the difference between where you want to be in the future and where you are today. And the only way to get there is with your current thoughts and current behaviors. And I want you to imagine that if you take a step forward, that means that you're thinking the right thoughts and you're doing the right behaviors. Once again, if you're taking steps forward, that means that you're thinking the right thoughts and you're doing the right behaviors. You are walking towards your dream and you're walking towards the person that has already received that award. And the more you align yourself with the proper mindsets to get there, the faster you will run. The more you align yourself with the proper behaviors to get there, the faster you will get there. And there's different ways you could do that: talking to mentors, reading books, studying, recommitting yourself, because we all know the things that we can do better. I mean, I'm not going to harp on that. There's things that we do well, but there's also things that we can do better. And if we get better at the things that we are currently not doing that we know we should do, and if we continue to focus on the strengths that we currently have, then guess what? You're walking towards that person. You're walking down that road. You're walking towards that stage. You're reaching out your hand to grab that award and take a picture with your wife or your husband on that stage, or your girlfriend, boyfriend, or your friend that supported you, and everyone's clapping and cheering for you. And imagine what that is like. And I've been fortunate enough to achieve that throughout my career as a top sales manager and a top salesperson. There's no greater feeling. Now, everyone doesn't have to achieve that level of success, right? That's not the point. The point is, whatever vision you have for yourself, you could absolutely get there by focusing on the success equation. And once again, the first part is that your past thoughts and your past behaviors have led to your current result. So if you want to change the results that you currently have, if you want to accelerate your path towards the result that you dream of, that you aspire to have in sales, management, business, whatever the case may be, then it's very simple. Change your current thoughts and change your current behaviors. Align your thoughts to the thoughts of someone that is successful, that has achieved the things that you want to achieve. Align your behaviors with somebody that is already achieving the things that you want to achieve, and you stay focused and committed to that each and every single day. And don't allow events and challenges and struggles to throw you off course, to make you take a left turn or a detour. You keep walking down that path, and there's things into your path. A boulder comes down from the hills and gets in front of you, or somebody says you can't do it, or there's a formulary challenge, or whatever the case may be. Just keep focused, because you control your thoughts. You control your behaviors. Nobody else can unless you allow them to. And if you allow them to, you might as well just walk backwards. You're not walking forwards. But if you keep going forward, eventually you will get to where you want to go. Worst case scenario. Let's say worst case scenario. You don't actually achieve everything that you thought you would achieve. But guess what? Think about the person you will become along the way. Think about the example you'll lead for your family and for your children when they see you tackling on and are taking on issues head on that could derail you, and you're still fighting that fight. You're still doing the right things. And I guarantee that no matter what, you're going to win. You're going to win no matter what, because winning is not just achieving the end result. Winning is conquering your fears, conquering your doubts, and moving on a relentless path towards what you want to achieve. And guess what? Sometimes you achieve something greater than what you thought you wanted. Sometimes there are opportunities and experiences and things that you learn along the way that you look up one day and you go, oh my goodness, I thought I wanted X, but as I went towards it, something else opened up, and this is absolutely amazing. And so my point is, you will only have success, you will only have a positive outcome, you will only have a positive result when you align your current thoughts and your current behaviors with the success that you know in your heart you can become, and you stay relentless and focused around achieving it. So I want to thank you for breaking it down with me today. And once again, remember this equation. Your past thoughts plus your past behaviors equal your current results. Remember that you can change your past by changing your thoughts about your past. And remember, to achieve the success you want to achieve in the future, it's all about aligning your current thoughts and your current behaviors right here in the moment and every day moving forward with that you want to achieve in your future. So I want to thank you for breaking it down today on this edition of the Break It Down Brown Daily Breakdown Show.